Hi, everyone. This is Camille and Mary, and you know what it is? It is Wellness Tuesdays. Wellness for the busy woman in business. Yes, you all heard my little singing at the beginning because I'm super excited. This room always gives me life, gives me fire because not only do we get to spend some time with you all, but we get to spend some time together collectively with our diverse perspectives, and it's all about wellness in all areas of life. I know a lot of times, hey everybody, there I have both my Instagram and I have it live on our LinkedIn as well as our Facebook because we want to ensure that everyone is getting great information about our wellness series that we have running for the next few weeks, where we're going to be talking about all different areas of wellness, not just fitness, not just nutrition, but we're also going to be talking about our boundaries, our mindset, understanding how getting those children back into our routine is a part of our wellness. What about our business? And I know the biggest part is, how do we incorporate these wellness habits into our already busy lives? As we always say, when we desire something, we create that time. And the best way for us to create that time is through knowledge, understanding, awareness, and taking those incremental steps. Hey, hello. I'm so glad that everybody's here on the Instagram as well as on LinkedIn. My name is Camille. I'm the founder of We Got This Mind and Body, where I'm all about prioritizing living a wellness lifestyle. Gonna throw the mic over to my partner in crime, my amazing co-host, Miss Mary Mass, who's just fresh off of the plane from a Zumba conference. And when I tell y'all she was Zumbaing her life away this past weekend. Got to check out her IG for more.
Yes. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another great conversation. Today, we're going to be talking about fitness. It's Fitness 101 and everything that you need to understand if you're looking to get into working out, because I get it. Sometimes you don't feel like it. I myself, I'm exhausted today. I had an amazing weekend. But with that, of course, comes a lot of physical and emotional fatigue. It was a lot to deal with in a good way, though. So I'm back to my routine here and a lot of things that I have going on. I have to teach 2 classes today. I still teach fitness classes in person. I still personal train. So for me, this topic is very relevant and very important. I feel that a lot of women just don't understand what fitness truly is and how it is that they can make it work for them. It's not just about going for that 3 mile run or getting on the bike and doing all of these heavy set weightlifting sessions. It's not about that. It's about being where you are and being able to really understand what your goals are. So, did I lose you, Camille? I think I lost Camille, but I'll keep going. So, my name is Mary Massey. I'm a personal growth strategist and also a social media coach, but I have been in fitness for many years, and I'm certified for a certified personal trainer and nutritionist as well. So for me, it's very, very easy to talk about this. So while we wait for Camille to get back on, I would love to know, hey, Camille, you're back. Like, where are you currently in your fitness journey? Have you had any, I don't know, maybe any sort of concerns about what it is that you should be doing to start, or maybe you did start and you've plateaued and you're not seeing the changes that you would like to see? Are you somebody who's wanting to focus on their strength or toning up or losing weight or building muscle? What is it that you have in terms of your goals? And if you're not able to answer us right now live, then go ahead and make sure that you leave that comment on the replay, because we will come back and take a look at those comments. So welcome back, Camille.
Hi. So I hope you all see me. I just had a little bit of my computer just decided to say, hey, let's just put you on a little bit of a timeout. But that's such as life, but it doesn't matter because we are still here. And yes, what I'm loving about this conversation, Mary, is there's so many diverse ways for us to incorporate fitness in our lives
Mhm.
that, I know growing up in the 80s, it was all about that cardio and doing these aerobics classes. That's all I ever saw. And then as, these actors have come into play, the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, the Rambos, even this, I forget her name too as well, or the Gladiators. A lot of people started looking and transitioning to weight training. But the thing is that a lot of people were, and even my own self, used to think that if I picked up weights, I was going to turn into, I want to pump you up, as opposed to what else strength training does. and how to incorporate it into my lifestyle where it makes sense and is targeting the areas that I needed to target. So what I've discovered in my wellness journey is that as my journey goes on and progresses, so does the type of workouts that I do. So certain workouts that I was doing back when I was younger, they were wonderful and I still do them. But as I've gotten older, I've had to transition and even add in different types of trainings so that I can achieve the results that I desire. And because I am all about being busy, I am busy. Welcome to Cam's world. I need to ensure that the workouts that I'm doing are giving me the optimal, workout that I'm getting in that period of time. So, Mary, I'd love to know this because I know you're at that fitness trainer, Zumba. What are some workouts that you do for that individual that is busy that wants to get a little bit of a workout in, like maybe let's say 15 to 20
Yeah.
minutes workout?
hmm Yeah, very simple, actually. You have to look at the time that you have and how your day is structured. We always go back to that. That's why if you're watching this and you're like, okay, maybe I missed a little bit of the foundation, go back and rewatch or watch the videos that we've done before, the live sessions, because we give you the best foundation to get to this spot right here, which is all about fitness. So once you understand the structure of your day, once you understand that you are supplementing and eating properly, then we look at what the goals are. For me, it always starts with a goal. For women, it's very, very different. We all have diverse backgrounds and diverse careers and things that we do throughout the day. So the goal is going to also change throughout time. Let's say that right now your goal is to just lose a little bit of weight. Well, why do you want to lose the weight? That's number one. Number two, the other thing is sometimes you need to just get moving. A lot of women feel very intimidated about the weight loss or the exercise because they just don't know what to do. And they think that if they go and do something, it's going to hurt them. So we need to look at where you are and just start where you are. And to me, that's assessing the situation. If you're looking for more mobility, more flexibility, then we start with that. We start with gentle types of exercises to strengthen the core. What does that mean? It means doing some bear planks. It means maybe some modified push-ups on the knees or modified push-ups against the counter in the kitchen. It means maybe learning how to squat properly because everybody squats differently and some people just don't understand what a proper squat is. So things like that, like strengthening that lower body, strengthening the core, and then maybe throwing in a little bit of cardio. So let me just structure it for you here. What I like to give my ladies is what I call the 20-20-20-20.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's 4 exercises. Each one you do 20 reps and you pick the 4 that you need. So if you're starting out, if you're like, oh man, I've never worked out a day in my life, or you got like 60, 70 pounds on top of you, then try standing, okay, and marching in place. And you pick up your knees 20 times for, 20 repetitions. And then the other one can be you getting on the floor on all fours and squeezing your tummy in and letting it go 20 times for 20 reps. And what's that going to do is going to activate the core muscles. Another thing that you can do there is 20 squats, nice and easy 20 squats, and then you end with a 20-second plank. So whatever exercise you do for the count of 20. And that's a great way for you to start. How many minutes I would say, or how much time do you need to do this? It doesn't really take long. So I recommend about 4 rounds of that to start and see where you are and see how you feel. And of course, if you are a little bit more advanced, if you want to do more, then you go for those 20 push-ups and 20 lunges, 20 squats, and then 20-second plank in between, or 20 mountain climbers. So just do some of the exercises that you feel are good for you. And the other thing too is that you have to look at something that's enjoyable. So what do you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy going out for a walk with the dogs? Then go around the block one more time. You're adding more movement to your body. If you enjoy dancing, dance in the kitchen. Give yourself a nice 30-minute session of dance. I do it all the time. I have my Zumba videos out there. I have people that do my videos still, no matter where they are in the world, and they just dance. They just dance. But you don't have to follow a routine. You can just do your own thing. As long as you're getting that heart rate up and you're moving and you are releasing those beautiful endorphins, you're going to feel great. You're going to get a little bit sweaty and you're going to add that extra movement. So those are just a couple of very, very simple things that you can do to get started.
No, I love that. And that's the key. It's just getting started. And a lot of times, I know a lot of us get intimidated feeling like we see all these workout videos that are 45 to an hour long. And it's like, I haven't even worked out in 20 years. Now I'm expected to do an hour and keep up. Uh, I'm either too intimidated to go into that class because you don't want to feel like you're being embarrassed, like everybody's watching you. So you end up going into the back of the class. Are you even doing it all? Or are you just praying that the class is going to be over and saying, I'm never coming back here again? And that's why I love what Mary said. And what we do is that it's all about gradual development. It's meeting you where you are now and progressing to get even further, but doing it in a form of way where you are still being successful. You're getting that taste of success because that is what drives us to continue on when we're seeing ourselves, stepping into something that's even greater that we once thought that we couldn't do. And I also do the same with my clients. A lot of my clients do need that modification or gradual step up to get to their, if one of my clients' goals is to do about 30 minutes of workout, she didn't even know where to start. So we started where she knew, which is her own body. Let's get to know your body and form first before we even put in weights. And let's understand how it all moves, because form is everything in the sense of your get injuries, targeting the correct muscles. And overall, for me, once I understood what my body and the movements, it made me want to challenge it more. It made me get even more excited to add and incorporate those weights. Or even, just as Ray was talking about, as much as dancing. Hey, I'm not a big cardio person, but I am, because I absolutely love dancing. And do I ever get a workout from that and a sweat and an enjoyment? If you're somebody that sits down on the chair, does not all day, does not mean you can't get that body movement going. Just even those stretches, those stretches from your chair. And also remember, especially when you work with individuals such as myself and Mary, almost every movement can be modified in some certain way to whereas you are able to achieve that for that movement at some capacity. So don't ever limit yourself by the saying, I can't, I shouldn't, I'm not going to. Go and inquire and learn and educate yourself and get to know your body and just do the darn thing and get it done.
Mm-hmm. And ask for help, because the
Yes.
videos that you do see, yeah, there are a lot of great videos out there. They're not going to take your individual physique or your movement in mind. It's not about you, it's about them and what they're showing. So they're showing generic type of content. So assessing where you are is very, very important. And that's why if you have a membership at a gym, a lot of the times they'll offer you that free one-on-one personal training session. Take advantage of that. Take advantage, because what happens here is that they'll ask you what your goals are, and then they'll also show you how to use the machines, because they can be a little intimidating. You have to adjust the seat, adjust the back, adjust the weight, so many things, angles, and sometimes that keeps women in it. I've seen it happen also at my gym, where they don't want to ask the trainer. They'll come and they'll ask me. And then I go over there and I teach them what the trainer is supposed to be teaching them. And then the trainers talk to me about letting them handle it. So it's a whole thing. So just be assertive and be proactive with that. A lot of the times we get in our heads about whether or not we should ask questions because we don't want to feel stupid. We don't want to be seen like somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. There's that fear. Don't be afraid of that. If your why is important, you're going to make it work. You're going to make it work. You're going to go, you're going to talk to somebody who can help you. Now, as far as doing virtual sessions, it's very important that when you do enroll in virtual training sessions, that it should be one-on-one or very, very small group, so that the trainer can monitor you and watch your form and correct you right there and then. Not only that, but if you have a trainer, the trainer should be able to do everything that they're telling you to do. I see a lot of the times these people, these trainers who cannot do proper push-ups or hold a plank. So if you're not able to do that, how are you going to show your potential client? So just be mindful of that. Just ask maybe for a trial session and see how that goes, or discuss your goals right away and see whether or not they're going to be able to help you. And also taking your injuries and prior surgeries and any mobility issues in mind. That's super important too, so that the trainer doesn't end up hurting you even more. So just be aware of that. Like anything else, ask questions, ask how much experience they have, ask for testimonials if they have them, and then see what kind of knowledge they have when they talk to you, and if they are indeed listening to you, because it's not all about what they can do. They need to be able to listen to what you're saying so that they can get you from where you are to where you want to be and beyond.
Absolutely. And even with myself, so Mary does a lot of her training in the gym. I do most of mine, if not all my training online. And there are different etiquettes, just as Shia was mentioning, that you should have and partake in when you are doing either or types of training. So for myself, because mine are virtual, yes, a lot of what we do first before we even start with any form of workout plan is that we go on a one-on-one and we go over your form, go over the understanding of your body itself, because there's many times when especially when it comes to virtual, where you can watch replays, where you can have it on an app, which I have a lot of my apps on an app. But just because they're on an app and you can do it on a replay, you could still get your injured, or you could still not have the proper form. So it's very important that when you are partaking in anything that is online, that you are having an opportunity to actually have a one-on-one, if it is anything that is automated. Because I know for a lot of us busy women in business, for me, I got a lot of my fitness and work built up off of recordings. But my trainer first went through the workouts with me and saw where my limits were and where I needed to progress, and then worked my program around my own body's type, my own form, and would always check up and ensure that I'm doing those correct movements. Because again, this, as Mary said, there's a lot of times, whether we're at the gym, I know I've been intimidated many of times. I see these big contraptions back in the day, and I'm like, maybe I should just do it myself and figure it out. And I put the wrong thing on the wrong thing and I'm doing it, and then somebody comes in. And I've also had other people help me and the trainers come. So yes, don't be like me from back in the day, just thinking, I'll just figure it out. Ask the questions. Ask the questions when you're at the gym. Ask the questions and ensure that the online is also aligning with your goals. I have with my clients is I do what I call a program called Because I Have a Voice, which is really diving deep into their why, into their goals. Because a lot of times we start these wellness goals with one thought in mind, like it's summer, I got to get summer body right. But then as we progress in our wellness lifestyles, and when we, especially when we're working with somebody else, we dig deeper and dive even deeper. You know what? I'm coming upon menopause. I'm feeling my hormonal changes. I want to come in tune with the changes of my body so that as I'm progressing, I know what I need to do so I can feel as great as I feel now. And that's what I see as wellness, is I'm constantly learning and growing because I'm staying active and learning my own body type and asking questions.
That's right. Those questions, those are what's very important, Camille, because that's how we learn more about our client. And I have a client that I started with recently. She started with small group coaching with me and training, and she went from having, come to me with a lot of back issues, lower back, certain things that she couldn't do because of her back. So we took her from that to deadlifting 130 pounds in the span of about 3 months. And not only that, but then doing hover planks. Do you know what those are?
Mm-hmm.
So, you have instead of the regular plank, you have one hand down and the opposite leg is up. And those things you don't do unless you have built a foundation and that core strength to be able to hold yourself up. So to me, it's always very rewarding, and it's a blessing to see a client go from not believing in themselves to doing all of these things and doing amazingly well and showing off to the family and being a great example to the kids, because at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want to be strong and capable, and we want to have that wellness mindset with everything that we do, the way that we eat, the way that we maintain relationships, the way that we deal with the kids, and especially the way that we take care of ourselves, so that we inspire the people around us. And the most important people around us are our family. So that's how you build a great foundation, and you create that generational, I guess, thirst for wellness. And that's important to me. That's always been my priority. My kids are very, very aware of that mommy's wellness comes first, and fitness and everything, because they then in turn make it their priority. The things that they like to do at the gym. Like my daughter will go to the gym by herself. She doesn't even need me anymore. She'll just drive and go. So it's great to be able to see that. So for those of you who are a little bit stuck on, okay, what do I do here? I know I'm a little bit intimidated. Just start with a conversation. Either reach out to me or Camille, and see what it is that we can do for you. I was doing a lot of virtual training on Zoom up until, what year is it? It's 2023. Up until last earlier this year when I stopped and I focused more on one-on-one training in person. But Camille's still doing a lot of virtual stuff. So definitely talk to us about it. And for those of you who are local, I still have a lot of stuff going on in terms of doing stuff in person. So I'm willing to do that as well and just guide you through. So what else do we have here, Camille?
But you just hit it right there with finding the right exercise that fits your lifestyle, for your lifestyle,
Mhm.
right there. I want everyone to understand and realize is that fitness doesn't have to be taking place in just one space, right? So a lot of people absolutely love going to the gym. They feel more accomplished, they're more focused, more disciplined there. They have all the access to the equipment as well as classes. But then I have a group of people, because this is why I have my business, that prefer to do the workouts at home, that feel more comfortable, maybe are working themselves up to going back to a gym, or just feel like as if this is the time that they have designated is in their home, or they may not even be close to a gym. And what are their goals? Because obviously there's certain things that you can achieve in certain areas at a gym versus at home, and vice versa. The key is to find out what works for you, and again, do it. There are options and opportunities that we once never had. I grew up only watching recordings of Jane Fonda. I love Jane Fonda. I was like obsessed with her. And slide, and she'd always do it with dancing and stuff. She had all these like workout, whole big clips. Then I tried to do P90X on my own, but I didn't even understand what it was. I just saw it was a big trend in the 90s. I hurt myself. I was wicked, but
Yeah.
whatever. But it wasn't something I actually truly enjoyed until I found out something that worked for me during this pandemic. And I realized there were so many of us, but just as Mary said, I also realized that when I was looking for virtual, I was going into classes that were, there was tons of people in it. So there would be times I'd be like, nobody would even notice. So I wasn't accomplishing anything. So again, I saw something else, an opening that needed to be, a problem that needed to be solved.
Mhm.
And this is the key for our wellness, is to find the key and create that door. There's the door. You have the keys. You just need to discover which one works for you.
Yeah.
And it's taking the trial and error. And when you do that, just as Mary said, your people around you see you, whether it be your children, your spouse, friends, family, they're seeing not even just the working out the results, but they're seeing the energy and the excitement that you get. Because no matter how you cut the apple, when you start incorporating in movement and better, nutrition, what you're feeding into your mindset, it changes your entire perspective, your energy level, your confidence. And I have yet to have, I bet money on that one, because it's just a known fact. Wellness is the key to all of our peace within, once we get that understanding of our lifestyle and stop comparing
Mhm.
other people's fitness to your fitness. That's the problem. All of us are like, oh gosh, oh, there goes Mary again. I can't do what she does, blah, blah. Yeah, but you've already put that in your mindset without even trying to do something that works for you. Maybe you just need to dance.
Mhm.
What are your goals? I have a lot of clients that are looking just to, like, I have a client just wants to breathe. She just wants to be able to open up her lungs more. And as she opens up her lungs, there's going to be other results that's going to get her even more excited. Hey, but now I didn't even realize this. Hey, but now I wanted to work on that. Get started. Find out the fitness exercise plan. And when we say exercise, dancing, walking, swimming, gym, virtual, do walking.
Yeah, whatever works. And one thing too, Camille, that I wanted to say is that
Hmm.
start where you are and don't be afraid of starting. It's okay, because that mentality of, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that sort of exercise. Listen, if you can't do one thing, you can do something else. If there's a part of your body that is not working optimally, there are other things that you can do. Let me tell you a quick story about my best friend. Okay. My best friend had torn ligaments in her knee. She was in a kickboxing class, fell, tore the ligaments, boom. All right. This is at a time when I was pregnant with my son. So there we were. I was like, almost 9 months pregnant with my son, not able to walk, and she couldn't walk. So
Mhm.
the goal was for her to be able to take care of me when I was going through all of these things, and we were taking care of each other. And it's so funny because there was a day we were both in her kitchen, and I was like huddled over the counter like this, like all the baby weight on my belly, and then she was also on the other counter like this because she had put so much pressure on that leg, but she got over it. What happened is after the surgery, once she was cleared, she went to the gym, took the elevator. She had her cast on the leg, and she would
Mhm.
wobble over to the hand bike. The hand bike there. You have all of these different machines at the gym, and then she would sit there and she would pick up the dumbbells and use the bands, and she would do whatever she could to keep herself going, even though she couldn't use her leg. Now, fast forward to maybe 4 years after that, she ended up having back surgeries.
Oh
All
my.
right. That woman never stopped. And because of her resilience, and I'm sure you've seen, me, heard my stories, she's a lot older than me, but we are so good together. And because of her
Mhm.
resilience, now her son ended up having back-to-back surgeries, also 3 knee surgeries. He
Oh
had
my.
to have hand surgery. Because he's also very, very athletic, because of her and seeing how she handled all these things and how she continued on with her
Mhm.
fitness no matter what. I mean, this is somebody who was in a freaking cast, and then come on, back surgery, and then to come back and to see her be able to get on the treadmill again and going from walking slowly to running. It was like
Yeah.
so inspiring, and he saw all of that. Now, guess what? He had his last, surgery, whatever, and there he was at the gym afterwards. Like get doing it little by little. He keeps going because of that. So there are a lot of people who have the ability to move and are just lazy and don't want to do it, and that's fine. This video is not for you. You continue along with that. It's okay. You do you, and you have to tell yourself, instead of saying, "Oh, I wish I could do this," or "I wish I could do that," you have to say, "I choose not to do it because I'd rather be doing this." Right? I'd rather be
Yeah.
sitting on the couch. I'd rather be eating all the foods that I know are not good for me. I'd rather be watching Netflix and having wine. Just say it. When you learn to change the way that you think, you understand where you're placing your priorities. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, "Oh man, that sounds so good. I wish I could do that too," you can. So stop wishing and start doing, but start small, because sometimes, like I say, it's not even about the baby steps, it's about the micro steps. And
Mhm.
that resiliency that you build within your own mind. And every time you go and you walk around the block, you're like, "Okay, I did it." Celebrate it. Celebrate that. Now, maybe the following day, you go twice around the block, and you better celebrate the heck out of that. So
Exactly.
focus on what you can do, and that's going to continue on later. And I joke around with my class because I do all kinds of crazy stuff in my HIIT class, the plyo push-ups, the jumping, everything. And I was actually showing my best friend pictures of how my people, okay, are hovering when they jump so high, and they could not do these things. Their bodies have transformed. They weren't always
Mhm.
like that. And I say to them, I was not born doing push-ups. I had to learn over time. I had to build that strength, and I had to build the love for fitness and for looking a certain way and taking care of my body. And as we age, it's so important to do that, to really focus on strengthening those muscles, to building that healthy muscle. Because, ladies, in case you didn't know, after menopause, you begin to lose muscle mass 33% faster than women who are in their 20s. I mean, that alone. And that's why sometimes older people who are in good shape are spending a lot more time than you are at the gym. They're spending 2 hours. My best friend, she's 2.5 hours sometimes at the gym. Okay. She goes through all the motions, she does all the machines, and she strengthens her body, and she's jacked up. So it's wonderful to see her at almost 63 years old, looking the way that she looks, turning heads, because that's her lifestyle. That's my lifestyle. That's Camille's lifestyle. But you get there little by little. You're not going to have that lifestyle until you take that first step. Yeah.
That part. Yeah. And it's taking that first step because remember that first step is the first step towards changing a habit.
Mhm.
And a lot of the times the reason why you want to sit on the couch and watch Netflix and drink wine and eat popcorn, it's because that's what you're accustomed to. That's what you know. And when you see people that are, at that end game of or where they are in their fitness, it may feel intimidating.
Yeah.
But the whole point of this room that we have here every single week is not to be intimidating or to say, you just get it done. It's to prove to you that all you have to do is get started. We are both, Mary and I, are two different levels of fitness. Does it mean that one is better than the other? Absolutely not, because we're both not only got started, but we're continuing and we're growing. We're seeing progression and so much that we want to give back and pay it forward to other people. And we're using our diverse perspectives to prove to others, whether you're a gym person that is looking to get that full transformation, or an individual who just wants to get back their motion, their movement in their body, and then realize, oh my gosh, there's more. Because remember, a lot of times when we are stagnant, we feel limited by our body movements, not understanding the workouts, not going to a gym, all these limitations that we're putting on ourselves. We're never going to feel that, oh, when Mary's talking, oh, I'll never feel like that. I'll never feel like that. Oh, you haven't even given yourself a chance to feel like that because you haven't gotten to that first step. Like, I'll tell you something, just 5-6 years ago, yes, I'd work out, but I'd be like, oh gosh, here I go working out. I'd always start off my workout with like and it was not because I didn't like working out. It's because I used to see other people working out and they seem to be so much more dedicated, have all this time, maybe have one kid or no kids and all stuff. So in my brain, I was coming up with my own story based on what I saw on them, not knowing their story or their journey. Right. So because I came up with my own conclusions, what did I do? Nothing. For the long time, or I would do that no asking, trying to do it myself, and then quitting every 2 weeks kind of thing, until I made an intention to not only work on my fitness for my physicality, for my physiques, I should say, but for my mindset.
Right.
And once I realized the power of movement on my mindset and how much better I was feeling when I was going through my PMS, how better I was feeling because I incorporated other areas of wellness, it became a drug. It became addictive. That's what it is. It's like you need to be able to take that step. I'm not telling you to do drugs, people. Good drugs, good drugs, okay? And once you start seeing that your body, just like what Mary said, she has people that once couldn't do a push-up doing hoverboard planks and allowing their bodies to move the ways that they never even could have imagined. Just because we have to train it the same way we trained how to walk, talk, to eat. Everything was we didn't come out to biting on eating steak, not just because we had meat. Even our esophagus had to learn to swallow properly. So give ourselves some grace. Take that action. Take that baby step. Go for that walk. Increase it every 5 minutes, and see, by you doing that, you're not only proving to yourself that you can do it, but you're allowing your body to say, yes, I want more. Give me more. Give me more. And you'll see that those goals that started off with just, oh, it's summer body, right? Is, you know what? I want to get as strong. I'm going to be the strongest 60 something year old, and I'm going to do this. Right. So that's where you start to challenge your own self. Once you take that step and start where you are and progress up. And don't even allow those kids who are making noise, who I've told 100 times that mommy's on a live, to be quiet, but they're not. See, there's going to be pearls that come in your life. See, you just talk it through and get it done. I'm just saying.
That's it. Yeah. So I think that everybody has a great amount of information to start now. We would love to know what it is that you are going to do to get started or to continue on, even if it's the next progression of your fitness journey. Like, what are you progressing to? Are you looking to do a 5K or maybe run a marathon or a half marathon? Because that's what happens. You start with one goal, and the goal could just be movement. The goal could just be to gain some lower body strength or upper body strength. And then the goal is going to continue to shift. And it becomes your lifestyle. And that lifestyle is going to be wonderful, but only if you take that first step. So what is that first step going to be for you? We would love to know here. But I think that, Camille, that's it. Do you have anything coming up that you want to share with anybody? Any programs that you are looking to promote for the fall?
It would first help if I was off of mute. But yes, I do. As we are talking about getting started and getting to those levels where, you never even dreamed of just as yet, it's just about getting that energy, feeling that confidence, getting the courage to just take that step. I have now for the fall have 3 programs that work with your lifestyle that is definitely I'm a virtual person because I have clients all around, that I have created programs that are uniquely tailored to you, that are all conveniently located on my app, as well as have options to do lives. And what it is all about is really getting you moving, getting you to better understand your body. And if you are interested on even understanding about the foods, food is medicine. Food is goes hand in hand with our body movements, because it allows the proper digestion. It allows also the types of nutrients to come into our bodies the way that we need it to. I would definitely love to for you all to connect with me and take advantage of my fall programs that are at a fall amazing rate, because I don't want the cost to limit you from getting moving. Let's get started. Let's get going. Let's prove to yourself by doing these incremental steps through these programs that we can do. So let's talk about it and let's create it individually. You're unique, you're special, and you have every capability, whether you're sitting down or not able to use your feet or use your hands. There's other parts of your bodies that you can get moving and gradually work towards getting that full mobility to the standard of your lifestyle. So let's connect with me. Super excited. Just slide into my messages on either LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. You can catch me at wegotThismindandbody.com. And yourself, Mary.
I love that, Camille. Yeah, I have a couple of things coming up in the fall. Aside from my small group training, I have room for 2 more ladies for Saturday mornings, where we take you from point A to point B and then to point C. So that's 12 weeks. It includes a life coaching session and also a meal plan, a customized meal plan. So that's one. And then on the other end of things, I have Shred 10 kicking off again. I don't know if you're familiar with Shred 10, Camille, but it's basically a 10-day jumpstart with nutrition, where you get an amazing book of recipes and also some simple exercises to get you going. And that's going to be also available online. So just 10 days, that's one weekend where we can, get disciplined. And normally on average, people end up losing weight. Their tummies end up decreasing. Also, you lose the bloat. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing. I did that for years, and I'm looking to revamp it again this fall because, as you know, we have that new system now, and it's going to be a lot simpler now to lead people to where they need to be. So in-person training with me and online also with Shred 10. That's 10 days out of the month, from month to month. And then you continue on with Camille. So I think that that would be a great complement to continue to move and focus on your nutrition, your reset, and then the continued support that Camille will give you on a weekly basis. So that is that.
I'm going
So
to say
thank you for
one
being here,
last
everybody.
thing, though, is if you want to, not if, we are looking forward to meeting you all in person. If you love the opportunity,
Right?
Mary and I will be together in October, on October 7th, for our amazing Women's Business Summit. There, not only will you be learning about the wellness of your business, but you have opportunities to connect with us, to speak with us one on one, and truly, truly, truly get to know what we're all about, what wellness is all about, and to let us know who you are. So we'd love to see you. If you want some more information on that, definitely just connect with either Mary or myself, and we'll be sure to get you going. So until next week, we have another amazing room coming up. You don't want to miss it. It's all about wellness for the busy woman in business. Every Tuesday is at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's remember that in order for us to be successful in anything that we do in our lives, in our business, with our relationships, in our careers, we need to ensure that we're successful with ourselves first within. Loving ourselves first is not selfish, it is selfless, and it makes you more productive, confident, and it pays it forward to the next generation that's always watching and looking for you. Let's take back wellness for us forever. You got this. Oops, I always say that, but I always say my ending right there. But until next week, we shall see you. Have a great one, everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you for being here.